Did you know that on any given day, there are more than 14,000 children in foster care here in Pennsylvania? And oftentimes, their first stop isn't a home, but an office or the backseat of a car.
But now, thanks to a new home in our area, that first step can be a softer landing. It's called the Isaiah 117 House, and it's already changing the way foster care begins for kids in Butler and Lawrence counties.
Kate Bushry is helping to bring this heartwarming mission to life. Thank you for your really important work in this area. Can you tell us a little bit about Isaiah 117 House and what the mission is there?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are actually a national organization with local branches, and so it began like in 2017 when our founder had that realization while she was being certified to become a foster parent that children who are awaiting placement into foster care had just that waiting period, you know, in an office or driving around in the car with their caseworker, you know, really on the hardest day of their lives, having to just deal with that, you know, in an environment that was cold and harsh and not comforting in any way. So the idea of an actual physical home, you know, began in 2017 in Tennessee with just one single home where our founder thought, how can I change this for kids in my own community? And so that very first home was born there, and the idea really has just spread to communities surrounding that, and really now nationally, as the idea is that, you know, kids there should be an alternative idea, a place where that soft landing, like you said, for them to go on that hard day.
Kate, it's so interesting that you're here this week, because earlier this week we spoke with the Foster Love Project, and what we heard from her was that we can't change their situation. Right. We can't undo any of the trauma, but what we can do is help to create a safe place for them, or something that can help them through that transition, and that's what you're providing. Right.
That's really the very first part of our mission, is to reduce trauma for kids who are entering into the foster care system. And so we do that by you know, creating this physical home where their caseworkers can bring them and they're greeted. We have certified caregiving volunteers who are there to just love on the kids while they're there, will it be hours or even days if they need to spend the night or a couple of nights just as they await placement. So that's really the first part of our mission, is just to reduce the trauma, just to let kids be kids. They can, you know, get a shower, a bubble bath, they can bake cookies with volunteers, they can go play in the backyard, they can just be kids and kind of forget or escape from their reality for a little bit.
Just for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's so wonderful. When did this come to Pennsylvania, and why?
So our local chapter, so we are currently the only open home in the state of Pennsylvania, and so a dear friend of mine, Abby, she applied to bring a home, you know, through the national organization here to Butler County back in 2022. So I traveled with her in a small group of friends later that year to Tennessee, and that's kind of how you start the application process. And then, you know, we started the time of awareness and just bringing the need to our community. And it has been wonderful over the past couple of years just to have our community embrace this idea, just wanting to bring this home to Butler. And so we just have opened our doors. We were able to purchase a home, to renovate it, and we just opened our doors this past February to serving kids.
Well, I wanted to ask you about this bag here, because we know that resources are so important when these kiddos are coming in. So tell us about what this is. Is this something that people can help with?
Absolutely. So in our home, we have a giving room space, and so we want every kid, you know, to have the resources. Another part of our mission is to ease that transition for foster families. And so when you're welcoming a child into your home, you're often scrambling to gather all of the necessary items that they need, that you need in your home. So we want to provide, so this is just an example of a resource bag. We pack a bag for every child who enters our home, and really the ones who maybe don't need the physical house but are entering in or transitioning into a placement. We get to pack them a bag brand new items. We want them to be, again, just full of love and dignity for kids on that day. So that's an example of, and we can also provide just some other resources, whether it be beds or a pack and play or a car seat for foster families who need them.
Thank you. You're doing so much good work. Thank you for what you're doing. Thanks for being here today, too.
Thanks for having me.
There is an event we want to pass along to that's coming up Sunday, October 19th. It's in Evans City, Bluegrass at the Barn Dinner Show. A portion of the proceeds will go to Isaiah 117 House. If you're interested in learning more, especially about Pennsylvania's location in Butler County, you can check out our website, kdka.com/TalkPittsburgh.
Well, coming up on Talk Pittsburgh, if your groceries keep going bad too fast, the blame shouldn't necessarily be placed on the food. Find out how you can make your fridge work smarter for you. That's next.